Hello and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd share an update video with you about new things that have been added to my collection, where my collection's at, what I want to do with my collection, and just have a quick hello. So I'm starting off with, I have a couple of Lulu Guinness bags that I jokingly refer to as my Holy Trinity. One set of them are all bedazzled lips that I hand finished myself, and the other are these. So in 2019, this beautiful bag was released by Lulu Guinness. It is this really stunning acrylic pearlescent seashell handbag. Obsessed is not the word, because that is one thing in this day and age that kind of drives me a bit nuts, is the way people casually throw around the word obsessed. Obsessed for me is, I can't stop thinking about it, I must own it, I need it in my life. Anyway, so 2019, summer this comes out, fell madly in love with it. I think it was priced at like £190. My stepmom loves Lulu Guinness, and she was like, oh, don't worry, it'll go in the sale. These are the two other colourways, by the way. And needless to say, this particular colourway did not go in the sale. I was gutted. So just a bit of background to why I have all of these. I love The Little Mermaid. I have done since it was first released, and I saw it as a drive-in. There was a toy that was released at some point in the early to mid-90s that had this really cool purple shell that you threw in the water and it would open. And it had like this same metallic pearlescent finish to it. Well, not metallic pearlescent specifically. And I was obsessed. And the thing is, as you'll know from my channel, I love quirky and weird bags. Anyway, this actually ended up going up in price to over £200, and you know, worth every penny. But I didn't pay £200 for it. But what happened is this one went into the sale. I think I paid £90 for it. Was absolutely obsessed. And you know what? The reason I didn't originally consider this particular colorway is the way these are photographed on the website overemphasizes the pearlescence in it, and this looks almost like a kind of grayish color. And then it arrived and I was like, oh my word, these bags are really cool. So when you pop them open, they're a bit difficult to open one hand. They're embroidered with "The world is your oyster," and at the bottom they have a little pearl, and you've either got a satin strap or you've got a chain strap. They won't fit your phone. They'll fit a lipstick, credit card, and your keys. They're about the size of my hand. I've got fairly small hands for reference. My hand span's like 6.5 inches, if that. And they're small, but they're beautiful. So, again, still obsessed. Really wanted this one. Couldn't stop thinking about it. At the end of 2022, I bought this bag. Now, this one on the website actually looks like a very dark pink, almost like the kind of pink you get on a daisy in the spring. And when it turned up, I must admit, I was hesitant to keep it because I thought it was very pretty, but I'm not really, I keep saying I'm not somebody who wears a lot of pink, but I have more pink handbags than I care to admit. But I decided to tuck it away because they've got an excellent returns policy. And I thought, you know, I'll go back to it. And if I still like, ooh, I'll keep it. And then every time I went to look at it and I'm like, ooh, it's really pretty. I'm actually really glad I didn't get rid of it and send it back. I don't mean get rid of it and throw it away. I mean as in send it back. Because actually it's a very beautiful handbag. I love the lustrous quality to it. It's very pretty. And honestly, the very dull daylight in here does not do how pretty it is in real life justice. What kind of originally put me off a little bit, though, was its very 1980s mermaid kind of thing. Anyway, last year, I still couldn't stop thinking about this bag. So Lulu Guinness no longer makes these colorways. They're gone. they only do this one. This is the most popular version of this bag. This bag, I think, is somewhere between £220, £250, which to me is a lot of money for a bag. I know it's not online with a Birkin, and I'm not complaining about the brand's prices in any way, shape or form. They're worth every penny. But when you're in the middle of a house renovation, it's a lot of money. Anyway, last spring, I found this on eBay and somebody sold it to me for £140. And when it turned up, I was a bit worried because it had different inside, not like, it came with its tag, but like the chain came in a bag, and I was like, oh God, I don't know, just something about it where the gold was a little bit brighter. I was like, oh God, is it real? And I got in touch with a person on eBay. I asked them a million questions, and I must admit, they did get quite angry at me because, they had unfortunately been harassed by a lot of people about bits and pieces. Turns out, a friend of theirs used to work at the head office shop in London. They had given this to them as a present, and they were just clearing out their collection, and they were actually regretting having sold this bag. And I said, please don't think I'm being funny with you in any way, shape or form. I collect these bags. I love Lulu Guinness. I've been after this bag for a long while because, again, at this point, it had been on my wish list for quite a while. And again, trying to budget, pay for a house renovation. And due to health reasons in 2022, at the time, I had significantly reduced my working hours by a third. And as a result, my income had gone down. So every penny counts. Anyway, compared it to my own bags, the only thing that ever so slightly threw me off is the gold hardware on here is ever so slightly darker. And then I realised it's because this is the first variation of this particular handbag, whereas these are slightly later variations. But bought it, fell in love with it, haven't had a chance to use it as of yet, because again, house renovation, most of my stuff has been packed away very carefully in boxes and bags, etc. But, if I go out, whatever, I will rotate and use my bags accordingly. But yes, I finally have it. And I know a lot of people are very, oh, but you've got a lot of stuff and, we're being very anti-consumerism. And you know what? That's fine. I get that. However, that's secondhand. Those were both purchased in the sale. These were thoroughly considered ideas and thought through. I've wanted this bag since they first released it in 2019. I bought it secondhand. I absolutely love it. I must admit, the lady I bought it off of from eBay, I felt really bad when she was like, I kind of really regret selling it because I really loved the bag. And I was like, I'm not being funny. I'm not one of those people when it comes to eBay in any way, shape or form. It was just, I was like, but, she was really lovely. I'm so pleased I bought it. I love these bags. And I know I've said it before. I try to be a lot more discerning when I come to buying bits and pieces. And I do tend to think, don't get me wrong, I've impulsively bought cheap bits and pieces off of Vinted, the odd bit from the charity shop. But since 2019, I have chosen things like handbags with a lot more care and time and attention. Because, I'm not 25 anymore. I'm not following trends. I'm buying things that I love. And you know what? I mean, I have a whole collection of handbags under my bed. And once my small walk-in wardrobe is built, I'm going to have a Kallax and I'm going to display all of these pieces. And Monty, the bedazzled penguin, and my lips bags and all of that. But I want you to know this isn't me going, hey, look at all these things I've got. These are things that I intend to have for very many years to come. I'm not justifying having purchased these things to you. I just wanted to share some other pieces that have come into my collection. And bearing in mind, I've had this for nearly a year now. I appreciate I haven't had a chance to wear it yet, purely because I changed jobs last year. It's been very hectic and it's one of those you want it for an evening only. So, and I haven't had one of the evenings where I can just get away with wearing it. So, but I just wanted to share with you these beautiful bags and that I'm so happy I finally have completed the collection and that I have this one. It's so pretty. It is one of the most popular bags you see on Lulu Guinness's website. If you get the opportunity to buy one of these, they're worth every penny. and I love them. They're so worth it.